Querido pueblo de Cuba.
President Raul Castro announced on state TV the death of his brother Fidel.
Dear people of Cuba, with deep sadness I inform my people, the friends of our America and the world, on Friday at 10:29 in the night, the Commander-in-Chief of the Cuban Revolution, Fidel Castro Ruz, has died.
He'd been ill for at least 10 years, but there's disbelief and shock in the capital, Havana.
It was news that no one is ever ready to receive, less so news of the commander's death.
Well, I feel a bit shaken. I just don't understand. He was a public figure, everybody loved and respected.
Mourning in Havana was accompanied by celebrations in Miami. Cuban Americans in Florida welcomed the news with a street party.
I shouldn't be happy because a person has died, but he separated my family. My parents never got to see Cuba again, so today I rejoice for this.
Many who fled communist Cuba for a new life in the United States view Fidel Castro as a dictator who crushed dissent.
As we see these Cubans celebrating in Miami, at the Center for Free Cuba a few hours ago, we began to get frantic phone calls from inside Cuba that the Cuban political police was rounding up political dissidents, human rights activists, and that they were going house to house telling those who they know would like to see a different Cuba to stay indoors.
Castro ruled Cuba for 49 years until 2008, when he handed over the presidency to his younger brother. Raul says he'll step down in 2018 when his 5-year term ends.
He was able to organize an orderly transfer of power from himself to his brother when he was ill without major crisis. It's an indication of the measure of them. And I think in Cuba, and not only in Cuba, but if you were to ask anybody in Africa, the Middle East, many places in Latin America, he is revered. There is no question about it, because he was one of the greatest, whatever his faults.
Fidel Castro was an icon of the communist revolution, but Cubans are divided about his legacy and how he'll be remembered. Victoria Gatenby, Al Jazeera.